humbly submit myself at the feet of Guruji, Swamiji, and I'm very honored to come here. I would say people get lifetime chance like this to play in front of Avatara Purushas, and I'm one of the fortunate ones to play in front of Swamiji and have his blessings. The joy of performing in front of divine people like Guruji, this divine Anand, this is the joy which money can never buy. You can earn millions, but this Paripurna Ashwadam from Guruji we can never get from anywhere. That is, unless we have an iota of bhakti, we can't even come near the feet of Gurujis like Mahanabhavas like this. So I am very fortunate to play in front of you, Guruji. And on a Guru Purnima day, what a great blessing conferred on me. My Guruji, Pandit Shobhma Sharma ji, earlier this instrument was used extensively in the valley of Kashmir as a folk instrument during the 1900 until the 50s, late 50s. But when it came to the hands of my Guruji, his father, Pandit Umadhar Sharma, they are all Pandits in temple. It was handed down to him by his father. He said, you take it to a greater height and do performance on this. That is how it started. It was used as an accompaniment to Vedic chant earlier. This has existed during the 3000 to 2500 BC. It existed in the name of Shatatantri Veena. I'm fortunate to be one of his favorite disciples. That way, hope I live up to the expectation of my Guruji in taking further to various parts of the world and also playing in a satsang. I'm not interested in taking to other parts of the world. First of all, this is a Mahapunya Bhumi. One has to realize what is the worth of this country, and there's no point in like that. There's a saying that Brigaman, which will be searching for the scent everywhere, but not knowing it has got its own perfume. Like that, this vast and fantastic country where we are born, Mahapunya Bhumi, and we have Mahans like Swamiji. Yeah, I think it will be purposeful when we play for such people, such Paramanandam comes. What else we need in life? So that will procure us heaven, I think. So I am very fortunate to play here. So I thought it would be a surprise for, it's Ananda. After all, it's an experience in front of divine people like Swamiji. It should be unrehearsed. That's what I feel, because it has to come spontaneously. Whether it is bhakti or outpour of a poetry, everything has to come from within. Then only it has meaning in life, and divinity, it will be soaked in divinity, I feel. Sometimes this can take you to high heavens. It can make you remember something like the previous birth also, because the sound is so haunting in nature in a good sense. But when it's not in tune, it can equally irritate you. So sometime I may test your patience by retuning, go to the next rag and all that. Kindly bear with me, and I'll go to rag Ahir Bhairav. Thank you.
Ashada Purnima Divas is called Guru Purnima throughout the world. It's also called Vyasa Purnima for various reasons. Every year I need not repeat what I repeated every year. I don't repeat also. Every year I need not tell you what is the importance of Vyasa Purnima. Eons of evolution has created human beings. Millions and billions of years. This Narasharira is not, you can't just ask and get it. It's never. From where it has come out, how it has evolved. That is the secret of the world. Scientists are probing. They can never. They can't even find out from where the headache comes and how to talk about many things. Headache you can analyze and reason out and things like that. You can manage the headache, but you can never remove the headache. From where headache comes, who knows? The commerce and economy runs because of medicine, engineering, things of production and disturbance or distribution in this world. So we will not talk about it, but nothing can be reasoned out. Nothing in this world. We can only analyze the outcome of the effect of a karya, an action. Suppose a dancer is there, she dances just like that. She doesn't know. She just dances. But each in the audience will have their own opinion and reasoning and analytical viewpoint about the dance. And the critic will have his own or her own viewpoint on the effect of the dance. So what's real? Whether the dance or the real dance which is in the, as he put it, laya state, dissolved state, or what people talk about, what is real? So whole world is just Shabdamaya. You can only create irritation, irritants and non-acceptance out of sound. Nothing else. No one accepts anything in this world. They are fighting with themselves. How will they accept anything? So there is a fear instinct in man which has created doubts. Once the divinity came, adorning a form, they just stood where they are. They were performing, they were just existing. It just saw the sky, oceans. The divinity was very happy because everything was just according to the level of existence and it was functioning very well, naturally. All the mrigas, all the animals also, the divinity was seeing and it was all waiting for the period to be over. It had fear, but it was not against nature. The fear was just dharmic fear, even in animals. So it was only afraid, rather it used to sense certain things and it used to react. That instinct of fear was naturally there, which is natural for an animal. Then divinity thought that I have made all these men, women, children in my own image. Let me see. But none accepted divinity. Yes, it was full of fear, even to see divinity, because it's acting always against divinity, the mind of man. So even if divinity was declaring itself, it told, no, you are not divine. So the majority will say, yes, it's not divine. So the whole group of Pulayar, the worst class, will, if they are more, then even divinity cannot do prakatana of itself, unless it shows its power in, just like what you are seeing now. Those who don't accept God also, they will ask you, where was God when tsunami happened? Where was God when terrorism struck? Where was God? He did not save his own creation. Where was these people when God told do this, do this? Where did these people follow? Such people are tabbalis, anathas. You see, suppose you are putting someone in a hostel. They don't have families. They don't have a husband, wife, brother, children. Tabbalis in Kannada is anathas. So they will show their strength as if they are very, very powerful. They will have their own friends. Tabbalis, like that, each monkey is dancing in this world, in the form of naras, with or without tail. We call him Tamil, Kannada, all other languages. Naina Bala Donko. The duck's tail is always bent. It can't be straightened. But you see, when the ducks are afraid, many ducks are straightening its tail nowadays. Certain ducks don't have tail. Rajapalayam ducks. So such hybrid society and hybrid thoughts, what to talk of the human birth and its celebration in this world. At least you people are very fortunate. Well, this is just 4 in 1. Sound, experience, existence, and consciousness. Only these 4, nothing else. Talking anything in this world, you are creating a sound and someone is imagining something out of the sound, and which you are wanting to convey, you are creating a sound. It can be jihad, it can be fight, it can be peace, it can be anything, it's all mere sounds. Sounds, sounds. Then because of the sounds, the experience felt is different in each human being. It depends upon his own karma, which he doesn't know. Because he is created out of his own karma. He experiences, a headache can be experienced by one in one way, another he will go out and see and divert his headache, another will lay down. The same headache also, how each one experiences, depends upon his vasanas, his karma. Then comes existence. One hair cannot be created by these people, only they can cut it. Even cloning will not create the original hair. For that also you need original hair, and the created hair can never equal, just like a cloning child does not have any karma, unless it is born out of a semen of some father and some what you call compounded karmas. How any cloning child will live and survive in this world? Yes, the rules of divinity is powerful than all the scientific discoveries of this universe. One dust piece no one can create, one dust piece. What to talk of? They can manage the dust, they can excavate, they can bring borewell, this, that. They can do anything with the dust just to disrupt the dust, nothing else. And all these are contained in a root. That is what I call as consciousness. When you are aware and you are conscious, you come down to an existence level and see that it exists, then the experience starts and your sound starts. ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಿಂದ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವ, ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಿಂದ ಅನುಭವ, ಅನುಭವದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಕೃತಿಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು. This is what happening in this world, and what is there to celebrate? We don't know. If at all anything has to be celebrated, it is the voice of the Guru. That voice removes all other noises and it allows you to enter into silence. But 24 hours you don't argue, how will I be silent? Still I will be eating. How will I be silent? Still I will be talking. How will I be silent? Still I will do business. There's nothing like that. There's a great story about Ignatius Loyola of Christian faith. Ignatius Loyola has founded many institutions. Even in Madras, I think there is one Loyola College or something. So big here to manage everything, and the organizations grew, institutions. So people thought that he has come to propagate, or he has come to, he is not the saint which he professes to be, he is only managing the properties which he has created of institutions. Why I am saying this is the caste, the religion, or anything is not important. The devotion is different, the wisdom is different. Only God and the person knows, not the caste, not the religion, not anything else. So what happened when people are asking one of the persons, brother is, I am not talking his brother, Christian brother was asking him, what if all these institutions are taken by government? What if all these institutions are de-recognized? What if all these are not there tomorrow? I was hearing you, but I am as I am. So only for, what he meant was, only for 2 seconds or 2 minutes when the brother was asking, the hearing was going on, in which he had to hear, but he was always at peace with himself. So no asti, no fuss, nothing can shake when you are a saint. But you will enjoy everything, you can control the world, whether you can manage anything. The other things are mere pompous management which is going on in this world in the name of what you call higher ups, in the society and all. But ನಾಯಿವೇಷ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಬಗಳಲೇಬೇಕು. So that's allowed, but can't they be stable inside, silent inside? Great kodige, great donation, or great benediction Guru shows to the world. If at all divinity can show itself, it can only be in the form of Guru. All other things are the activities of man which relates to even avatars. Rama went to Vanavasa, Rama did this, Krishna did this, and it all shows you an example. But what you have learned, what they have thrown out to the world, that is more important than how they were behaving all these years. Don't hear stories. Feel Ramatva in you, that sense of Rama. Even Krishna calls Ahankara Vimudatma. Very, very special foolish people because of ego. But without ego, how will they function? Mark each word, it's very mystical. So when he calls Murkatva, it is, ego means it's only a thought in you which disturbs divinity, which is away from divinity. So there we are ignorant, all the humans. Are you not catching this? Even that thought, can it function as the thought comes? No, it depends upon karma, it depends upon something else which you have gathered and put in store. That only will fructify, give fruition. All other things are just thoughts. You are free to think anything. So these thoughts create the Mudatma, we makes us Mudatma. The world is created, so there is an Adi. Present Prapancha comes to an end, so there is an Anta. But in between, what is true? I don't know if there is anything. Truth is, all other things are, I don't know how to call it. ಆದಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕೂ ದಾಟಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಟ್ರೂತ್. All other things are, you can catch it today. What is the time? Suppose I say 12:50, 12:55. That much you can say. But 12:55, you are losing time in talking about it. 2 seconds are far away. Even Pakistan, your own friend, has a different time. So when you tell that this is time in India, ISI, they will say that no, there is a Pakistan time is different. Sri Lankan time is different. This time is different. That is. So even time does not allow man to cooperate with each other. So unless you understand what is time, we are not fit to be humans. Straight away I will say, I will not waste any time. I have to act. I have to do this. I have to do. How are you to do what? Relax. Time will pass. There's no problem. Whether you act or not, you're only making a movement. Space allows you to do a little more exercise. That's all. Unless you know the silence, the activities have no meaning. Why do you act? Why does anyone act in this world? I don't know. So such gurus have come, but I will give you the most potent message as Vishweshwaran Ji is from Tamil Nadu. I'll try to form a padya, what do you call that in Tamil? Or a pand madri, or some sentences in Tamil. I'll try to translate in English and then try to translate because it may be very powerful and very mystical and very simple. But maybe the Tamil goes back to many years back. I am not talking about all of us, I am talking about the general world, which has to still learn from our global education, or from wherever they are from. They have to learn this. Because it's a message of the existence, the divinity. Will you sing? It's very simple. Me mother pal. Mother pal. Me mother pal. Mandarillam. Poi kalapar. Me mother pal. Mandarillam. Poi kalapar. Akkalaviye me என்பார். Do you understand this? I'll tell in English. Oh, nothing is needed for anything. But what you think has a body, it can be a body, it can be mind, where you take inputs. So you get the fat, what is that? Cholesterol, fat. Koku. Madarpu means a sort of, somehow it wants to grab things. So that is the type of fat created out of our inputs, bodily inputs and mental inputs. So that we call, because we feel that as reality, so we get that kind of fat. And all the people in this world, they can't mix with the truth, because everything other than their truth is untruth or lie. With that they merge. And they will say that such an union is me and Bar, that is the reality. Because the world is moving like that. You have this car, I will have this car, I will do this. Even if they mix with, even if they get union with this kind of untruth or falsehood, they will prove and they will be adamant in telling that that is the reality. me motherpal,
நீ மதர்பால்
மாந்தரெல்லாம்
மாந்தரெல்லாம்
பொய் கலப்பார்,
பொய் கலப்பார்
அக்கலவியே என்பார்,
அக்கலவியே என்பார்.
ஆண்டானும்
ஆண்டானும்
ஆசானும்
ஆசானும்
அரசனும்
அரசனும்
ஆண்டானும்
ஆண்டானும்
ஆசானும்
ஆசானும்
அரசனும்
அரசனும்
ஐயகோ
ஐயகோ
கோரம்
ஓரம்
என கூறிடின்
எனக்கூறின்
உலகியல் இதுவே என்பார்.
உலகில் இதுவே என்பார்.
Even if God comes and asks, what are you doing like this? Why you have such kind of motherpal? Why you have such kind of expression in you? Not only God, his own teacher, Guru or Arasan, the king. Because king is a Dharma Paripalaka. So if all these three people come and tell, Ayyaho, idenna Goram, Ayyaho Goram ena Kolidanu, idu what kind of Goram it is, what kind of horror this is. Even if they tell like this is the nature of the world, shut up, they will say. Even to God. அது வேணும்,
அது வேணும்
இது வேணும்
இது வேணும்
என செப்பி
என சக்தி
பட்டி
பட்டி
அவரிடமே தந்திடுவார்.
அவரிடமே தந்திடுவார்.
பெரினும் பேரடையா
பெரினும் பேரடையா
பெய்போல் உழல்வார். Demands. This has to get married, this money I want, this house I want, a big list of wants. Patti. They will bring a big patti and give it to the God, the Guru and the Raja. Adu venum, idu venum. என செப்பி பட்டி அவரிடமே தந்துடுவார். நீ தானே கேட்டேன், இந்த வச்சுக்கோ. You asked for it. I am giving you this big list of my demands. So God gives and Asan gives or Raja gives. Perinum Peradayar. Payable Udalvar. I want a house, they will give house. Then they will go around everywhere else. They will not stay at house. I want a child, they will put in hostel. They will relax. So Perinum Peradayar. Payable Udalvar. Like what do you call pay? Ghost. These people will be going on, moving round and round, even if they get all their demands fulfilled by these higher sources. உயரருள் மனமிரங்கிடினும் உய்யார்
உய்யார்
புவியர் புலையரன்றோ. புவியர்
புவியர்
புலையரன்றோ.
புலையரன்றோ.
உயரருள்
உயரருள்
மனம் இறங்கிடினும்
மனம் இறங்கிடினும்
உய்யார்
உய்யார்
புவியர் புலையரன்றோ.
புயரன்றோ.
Even the highest grace has compassion in its heart. These people will never want to evolve. What they have caught? Moiluk Monekal. What do you call? Whatever they have got, if they have got a rabbit, it has only 3 legs. They will not say that, see the hind leg or something like that. So, such kind of polayas, such kind of uncouth, uncultured, anti-existence people are these people who have caught this world, materialistic people. உயர் அருள்
உயரருள்
மனம் இறங்கிடினும்
மனம் இறங்கிடினும்
உய்யார்
உய்யார்
உயர்
உயர்
உலையரன்றோ
அன்றோ.
வாயிருந்து என்ன பயன்
வாயிருந்து என்ன பயன்
வாசனையால்
வாசனையால்
அழன்று அழன்று
அழன்று அழன்று
வாயிருந்து என்ன பயன்
வாயிருந்து என்ன பயன்
வாசனையால்
வாசனையால்
அழன்று அழன்று
அழன்று அழன்று
பாயில் கிடக்கும் வரை
ஆயி கிடக்கும் வரை
பாயில் கிடக்கும் வரை
ஆயி கிடக்கும் வரை
பாவங்கள் பல செய்து
பாவங்கள் பல செய்து
பாயில் கிடக்கும் வரை
ஆயி கிடக்கும் வரை
பாவங்கள் பல செய்து
பாவங்கள் பல செய்து
வீணாய் போகும்
வீணாகி போகும்
வீணர்கள்
வீரர்கள்
கேள்வின்
கேள்வின்
the sound which has to create or which has to go to the root of silence is unnecessarily used by humans in a very wrong way. So why God has given mouth? We don't know. So why irundhu enna bayan? What is the use if each one has a mouth? Why vasanayal? Because there is so much storage of their own vasanas, their own store of thoughts. Adandru, till last they will be going on talking as if they are telling many things very important. Adandru. Payir kidakum varai, till they go to the deathbed, pavangal pala seidu. They will justify all the papas also. So pavangal pala seidu, veenai pogam veenargal, wasteful existence. They are such veenas, such wasteful people. Please listen to me. வாயிருந்து என்ன பயன்
வாயிருந்து என்ன பயம்
வாசனையால்
வாசனையால்
அழன்று அழன்று
அழன்று அழன்று
பாயிற் கிடக்கும் வரை
வாயில் கிடக்கும் வரை
பாவங்கள் பல செய்து
பாவங்கள் பல செய்து
வீணாய் போகும்
வீணாய் போகும்
வீணர்கள் கேள்வின்
வீரர்கள் கேளும்.
The last very important message. உள்ள கிழக்கையை உலர்த்தி
உள்ள கிழக்கினை உணர்த்தி
உடுக்கையோ தாழ் வணங்கி
தாழ் வணங்கி
உள்ள கிடக்கையை உலர்த்தி
உள்ள கிழக்கினை உணர்த்தி
உடுக்கையோ தாழ் வணங்கி
தாழ் வணங்கி
சிந்தையை சிற்றம்பலத்தானிடம் செலுத்தி
இந்த
சிந்தையை சிற்றம்பலத்தானிடம்
சிற்றம்பலத்தானிடம்
செலுத்தி ஐந்ததுவும் குவிந்திடும்
குவிந்திடும்
குழி காணும்
ஒளிவானும்
அமுதம்
அமுதம்
தானே ஆட்கொள்ளும் ஐந்ததுவும்
ஐந்ததுவும்
குவிந்திடும்
குவிந்திடும்
குழி காணும்
ஒளிவானும்
அமுதம்
அமுதம்
தானே ஆட்கொள்ளும். What fortunate, what kind of fortunaties. Dry up all your desires because God wants to give you more. Why do you want anything small? Udukkayon Talvanangi, the man who has Damaru, fall at his feet. That means you surrender to your own sound. The sound is different from you. So
You-
just surrender, go back, and just hear your sound. Don't create sound. Udukkiyon Talvanangi. In another sense, it's praising Lord Nataraja. Then whatever you call as your prajna, let it reach the state of Chit, Chidakasha, Chitrambalam. Let all your thoughts go back to this Chidishakti consciousness. Then naturally you will wonder, Aindaduvam Kovindidum. All the states outside, all your state within, everything will reach a state of total surrender. This is not surrender. That five, whatever you want to call it, is indriyas, states of consciousness, avasthas, anything you want to call. All these things will be reaching to the state of oneness. Then there will be a whole scene. How big it is? Not even 1/billionth of your hair, which functions in your chit, which functions as creation in this world. That will give darshan. That is the absorption and creation point. You will be absorbed in it. Amudam thane atkollam. You will be nectarized. You will become immortal. You enjoy this world, nothing happens, because you are immortal. So you need not imagine it, you have it. Because let scientists tear their hair, how the creation came, how the dissolution takes place, what is time. That is their fate. That's their fate. That also they can't decide, it's their fate. They can't catch anything in Kala. How will they catch anything in Kala? Time, Samaya. They can go from Adi to Anta, that's all. That too in an analytical situation, with an analysis. But for finding out the mystery of that creation, they have to go to that hole which I was telling now. The beauty of science is, from Einstein onwards till modern scientists, they now know, but they are always not hopeful, they are probables. Theory of probability, the Big Bang or the Big Pralaya, it happens. But what happens in between? Adi, Anta, Ananta, Ananta. Endless expansion. They know that it comes from a whole which is the root of energy, and the space gives that energy to stretch. The space outside, Antariksha, it allows that energy to stretch as it wants. It's expanding, ever expanding universe. But what is the truth? Aindaduvam Kovindidum Kolikanam Amudam Thane Atkollum. Let everyone be blessed and let life go on in this earth. Let everyone know the purpose and meaning of their life. Let everyone celebrate their life. Let everyone have.
ಅವರು ತಾವು ಏನನ್ನ ಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಲ್ಲರೋ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಅವರಿಗೆ ದೊರಕಲಿ.
500 jamuns, if you can't eat one jamun, what if God gives you 500 jamun? So at least let them enjoy whatever they want, whatever they do, sankalpa. They are immortal. Let Guru be praised forever, for eons and eons to come. Because he is the only source who is beyond creation. So whoever is within creation limits, they have to align themselves to this power of divinity. be happy, be happy. Thank you, my friends. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Shanti.
सद्गुरुनाथं भजे विश्वनाथं 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 ॐ विश्वनाथं विश्वनाथं ॐ विश्वनाथं विश्वतेजस प्राज्ञारूपं विश्वतेजस प्राज्ञारूपं जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यातीतं श्रीगुरुनाथं भजे सद्गुरुनाथं भजे सत्यस्वरूपं चिदाकाशईशं सत्यस्वरूपं चिदाकाशईशं सृष्टिस्थिति लय कारण सृष्टि स्थिति लय कारणं करुणाकर अभयंकर करुणाकर अभयंकर आत्मविद्यादातम् आत्मविद्यादातम् काशी विश्वनाथं भजे श्रीगुरुनाथं भजे विश्वनाथं 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 विश्वनाथ